Excellent.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit, and joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
Good morning everybody, I'm Pedro's Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right, this is a show where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. Hello everybody hanging out in the Discord chat room. If you'd like to join us during the show, we're hanging out in the Discord chat room. You can get an invite code to that by heading over to adafruit.it/discord.
I like discord.gg/Adafruit.
Yeah, we also have a handy link up there in the purple bar. Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're going to give some shout outs to everybody tuning in live. I want to give some shout outs to Andy Calloway. Hello. Stuart Riggs hanging out. Pedro's hanging out there too. Lovely A72. Cup of coffee. And Duester. Hey y'all.
Also got Phantom32 hanging out in the YouTube chats. We're on Facebook, trying to get the chat loaded up there. And on Twitch. And on Periscope. Good evening.
Wow.
Morning,
all
afternoon,
the places are working.
Night, everywhere you are watching all around the world. Thank you all for joining.
Yeah, we got a fun packed show for you. We got 2 projects, 2 time lapses, double takes this time. There's 2 of us.
Yeah, we're
now handy.
Genuinely just hyped for the holiday season coming up.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and jump right into it.
All right. We have some housekeeping stuff to go through. So we got an update to the freebies. Check this out. All right. So for orders that are $99 or more, you're going to get a free half-size ProMaProto breadboard. Those get automatically added to your cart, so you don't have to do any of this code stuff. It just gets automatically added to your cart. For orders that are $149, you get the ProMaProto half-size breadboard and a randomly selected Stemma QT breakout board. For orders that are $200 or more, you get the Stemma QT board, the half-size ProMaProto board, and free ground shipping for US Continental only. And the new tier for $299 or more, you'll get the free ground shipping, the Stemma QT board, the half-size ProMaProto, and the Circuit Playground Bluefruit. This is awesome. This is the Bluefruit. I don't think I've seen it in this tier before. Normally it's the Express, but this is the Bluefruit. This is literally last week's project. It features the Bluefruit. So now you have an opportunity to get a free one if your order is $299 or more. So that's really cool. And hey, we got these boards, so that's great. That we got some NRF 52840 chips. That was really nice. Okay, let's take a look at the next thing. Newsletters. If you'd like a once a week newsletter that's focused on the products, head on over to adafruit.com/newsletter. You can subscribe to that, so you can get a little email about all the products that are added on the weekly. And if you'd like daily emails of cool stories, projects, and more, you can check out adafruitdaily.com and subscribe to all the different categories that might pique your interest. We're really huge fans of the Python on Microcontrollers newsletter, and it's currently at 9,000 subscribers, so thank you to everybody who is subscribed. And this is a great opportunity for folks to share their projects or products that are related to Python. So you can do so by hitting up CP newsletter. You can hit up, just tag your stuff with CircuitPython, hashtag CircuitPython on Twitter, on Instagram, and folks on the team will try to get that in the newsletter. So we're always scouring the nets to find Python-related goodness and stories to share with everybody. And this one happens once a week. Or is it once a week? Or is it
Once a month.
No, I think it's once a week.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a weekly newsletter. And you have access to all of them. You don't have to subscribe. You can also go view them all online, which is really cool. And you can see it featured on Ask an Engineer and its own little video as well. So check out those vids. Head on over to the jobs board. You can find out all the latest job listings that are available for folks, maker folks. And if you are an employer looking to find some maker folks for a gig, you can check it out. You can find some folks too. There are some new job postings there, so check them out if you're in the market for a new gig or for some new maker folks to help you on your journey. All right, Paige gonna close the door. What else do we have in the morning? I think that's it. The Halloween Hackfest ended. Shout out to everybody who won and participated. You can check out the Adafruit blog to find out who are those lovely winners. All right. I think that's it. All right. So we're doing the show every Wednesday at 11 a.m. You can tune in with us, and here we are. So we're going to jump into this week's project, or maybe catch up with Discord and shout out anybody who wants a shout out. Hey folks, anybody? No, it's all good. Just got some links. Phantom32. Hi, Phantom32. I noticed you're new in there, so shout you out.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into this week's awesome project.
All right,
in the works for quite a while.
Yeah, this week we have some props inspired by Star Trek. Here they are. We have 2 of them. It's a bit of a powerful weapon that can shape shift. Doesn't actually shape shift, but we thought we'd make 2 of them. In Star Trek The Animated Series, episode 14 features these props, and they're kind of obscure, but hey, we thought it'd be really fun to collaborate with Phil B and put these together. So they're fully 3D printed. They're featuring the Adafruit Feather M4. They make some sound effects, and they got some kind of a weird, interesting features. So let me run through it. You might have seen this one. This is the blaster version of it, the total conversion weapon. We have this little slide switch here that turns it on and off. It's got magnets, so you can get access to all electronics. Magnets are a great way to keep your props nicely secured, but also have access to all the guts, all the electronics. Got a yellow LED, mini speaker, this little mini amp here. It's our favorite little amp when it comes to these type of projects. But no need for any extra circuitry. We just need an amp and the LED and the speaker. And yeah, it works really well. It's running CircuitPython. This is the M4. Really great sound quality out of the DAC. You got lots of pins for all sorts of things. It has a push button here in the handle. Makes some lovely sounds. In the handle, we have a little bit of a snap fit thing, so the pommel comes out, and that's where we have this nice 2200 milliamp LiPo battery. It's really nice. It's rechargeable. The Feather has a recharger, a built-in LiPo charger as well, so you can recharge the battery by plugging into the micro USB right there. Very cool. On this side here, we have this slider. This is a potentiometer slider. And as you adjust it, it makes these little clicking sounds, which is kind of cool. It doesn't actually change any of the modes, but it does have this cool sound effect that really goes well with the episode of Star Trek. So the LED lights up. Because of the lighting situation, you're not seeing it here, but this is like shelled out nice and hollow so that the LED can shine through. It's just because of the lighting, you can't quite see it. So this is that first version, total conversion weapon. And then the second version, it's a little bit bigger. This is kind of the talking computer version. Very, very similar handle. You got the little slider here. The slide switch is a little bit different. It's down here. Speaker's right here. You can see the speaker controls. It has this bit of a Windows 95 startup sound effect, but you got the same slider here, same push button, same pew pew sound effect, but the top here has 9 keys. These are KL box switches.
You didn't say the magic word.
And that is voiced by Katni Rambor, who's on the Adafruit team. She's a core dev on CircuitPython, does a lot of the libraries, does a lot of work. And she was, shout out to her for for lending her voice to be the voice of the reasoning computer here.
Twist my widdershins until you reach the null position.
This is the widdershins right here. She's got some other ones.
We were on a mission. I may not tell you of it unless you know certain code words.
This one also has magnets, of course. You can break this open. You can see how all the electronics are set up. We got a nice ribbon cable there to wire up all the keys. The speakers mounted to the bottom piece, and the Feather actually has a 3D printed bracket that's actually the same for both props, which is really cool, kind of clever. And the only things that change are the slide switch, the LED, and the speaker. But yeah, magnets here too. Same amplifier here that we're using, and it's the Feather M4. So yeah, and the handle, like I said, is pretty similar. You got your battery there. You got your potentiometer slider, and the pommel pops open. So you can fit that in like that. This is some sparkly green filament that we found off of Amazon. We can link that if you guys want, but there's lots of different silky PLA filaments in lots of different colors, and this is sort of a lime green that matches the aesthetic of the cartoon. This actually sounds much more bassier and beefier because of just the way the shape is. Like it makes a really good speaker box for the speaker. So it actually sounds much better on this version. You also get the LED flickering that goes along with the sound effects.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
And there's a bit of a joke there with some of these voices.
We were on a mission. I may not tell you of it unless you know certain code words.
And the sound effects are pretty. They're pretty. What would you call it? Responsive. Okay. Enough. Sorry about that. We
It's
just
a really
wanted
cool
to show you
soundboard.
if you give this to an 8-year-old, the first thing they're going to do is they're just going to mash all the buttons together, and it doesn't crash or anything. It's very, very responsive. It's using the Keypad library for CircuitPython that allows you to do some background processing and just really quick and rapid. So that's why we're using that. And shout out to Phil B who wrote the code for this one and really ideated the whole thing. So there's also some extra sound effects like that. I don't know what that one's from. It's just kind of like a wow.
I like marmalade.
I don't know where that one's from. Do you know where that one's from?
I have no idea. Did
I like
Phil
marmalade.
B pick that one out?
Yeah, he picked that one out. He picked all of them out. I picked out this. This is we link to the source. We found it on freesound.org. So shout out to the fellow who put this one together. It's just a really good pew pew sound effect, really. Yeah. So that's a quick demo of both props. Doesn't actually shapeshift, but hey, very, very cool prop. Yeah, so these are the two props. We talked most about them, we demoed them. They look cool when you're with your Star Trek cosplay. Oh, shoot, Pedro, don't want to shoot you. For real.
I like that we were able to bring out the ears.
Yeah, so in 2016, Pedro did a Star Trek project too.
There you go.
I don't think I don't think it's in here. Maybe it is. Yeah, it's an actual communicator that has the phone on. You can actually call Phil on it. Who else would you call? And yeah, so let's check out the Learn Guide and kind of walk through it. Any questions, just drop them down in the comments or wherever else you might find them. So head on over to learn.adafruit.com. You can find out the Learn Guide. This is quite a hefty build, so set your expectations. If you are an intermediate maker, fine. If you're a beginner, it's going to take some time, I think, just printing the parts and wiring everything together. You know, it's all here in chronological order, but just aware, like, you might need some things that you might not have on hand, like glues and magnets and that sort of stuff, but most of the things are listed. So here's Phil B. Please watch the video if you haven't already. It's on YouTube. You can check it out. It's also on Instagram and Twitter.
There is so much detailed sewing work that went into the costume for this.
Fantastic. Yeah, he had it commissioned too. The
so good.
The mask rather. He commissioned it by somebody, and shout out to them for making really, really great work there on the ears and everything. Here's a little clip of what they look like in the cartoon, and that's pretty much what we got. Very, very close to it. It's a deep cut there. So read about it if you want to know more about this this very obscure episode and where it kind of came from. But we got a whole list of screws and things. You can get these from various sources. And here are all the parts that are used in the build on both props. So you got the Feather M4, the amplifier, the mini speaker, the pot slider, switches. Most of these things are in stock, which is great to see. Slide switch, LED, and the batteries. So everything literally is in stock, Pedro. Check that out. Literally all of the hero things are in stock.
How cool.
We do have some extra things. The magnets, we like to get ours from K&J Magnets. So I got a link here for you. And also the size dimension of the magnets. These are really good magnets. I really like this format of magnets because you can fit them in little props like we have here. We have a lot of JST connectors and Molex Pico Blade connectors as well to make the assembly much easier. So we have those listed as well. Here are the key switches. So down here, this is where if you only want to build the total conversion beam or the ray gun, you won't have to purchase or use these keycaps and these KL box switches because they're mostly for the talking computer prop. So those are the two extra things for the talking computer prop. And I really like silicone cover ribbon cable because, as you saw, when you're wiring something up like that, it's nice to have just a bundle of cable instead of individual cables and lots of heat shrink tubing. So that's the overview of the page, parts, little background story. Circuit diagram is the next page. You got quite a bit of wiring because of the 9 switches, of course. They're all shared common ground, but there's still lots of pins and things for extra sensors if you want to add things. But yeah, the Feather was the perfect microcontroller for this project. And we got a lot of text here broken out for accessibility purposes. Our wiring diagrams are created in Fritzing software. You can purchase or build it yourself. It's open source software, and Adafruit has a library of parts, and that's how we put these together. You got just about all of the PCBs that Adafruit makes. We also make Fritzing parts for that software, so you can create your own wiring diagrams. Next up, 3D printing page covers all the parts and has a link to all the 3MF files and the CAD source. This was all designed in Fusion 360. There's also a step file of the entire assembly, so if you want to get in there and use a different piece of software, step is a format that lots of CAD apps support, so check those out. Yes, so you can see here the two parts here. Just some things about printing. Because they are 3MF, we don't actually have them oriented, ready to slice, so you just have to reorient them in your slicing program. We like to use Cura slicing software. It's open source software, supports lots of 3D printers, if not all of them. And yeah, just use your preferred slice settings. We like to use PLA, and that's what we printed all the parts in, PLA. If you are looking to make your own 3D models using Adafruit boards, we have just about all of them as 3D files in a GitHub repo. So I have a link to that there, so you can check that out. We have the Feather M4, the amplifier, the speaker, the buttons, the battery, all that stuff is in our repo, so you can check those out. All right, Keypad Assembly. So I'm just going to kind of walk through these. This is pretty thorough because we wanted to separate this build into chunks of pieces. So like building the keypad, it's its own thing. You probably want to do this in sections. So that's why we broke it out like that. Wiring up the slide potentiometer. We have all the wiring sizes, recommendations there, so that when you are building it, it's not too short or too long. We made sure to do that because it really matters. You got some tight spaces in this one, so yeah, wiring up the button, wiring up the slide switch, pretty straightforward. Wiring up the amplifier, the speaker, the LEDs, it's all listed here, so check them out. Yeah, I mean, follow through it chronologically if you are indeed building this. There's the LED. You want to make it at a right angled pin to make it easier. So there's all these little tips and tricks on how you want to wire it the right way so that it fits perfect in the 3D printed parts. Here's the CircuitPython code, again by Phil B. He's got some nice comments. Check it out. Even if you are not making this, we think this is going to be applicable to all sorts of cosplay props, handheld or whatever. It's basically a soundboard. So if you want a soundboard with some keys, they don't have to be these mechanical key switches. They could be other buttons. They could be capacitive touch pads as well. So check it out. It is very well commented. So check it out. You can see here all the loop isn't too crazy. Yes. And here's a screenshot of all of the assets. There's lots of sounds, no bitmaps, but lots of sounds, and they're all royal free to use and distribute. We definitely recommend downloading the project bundle because it will contain all of the libraries. But you know what? All the libraries are actually built into the core of CircuitPython, so you actually don't get any libraries, but you do get all the sounds. And if you know, downloading individual sounds off of GitHub is a pain in the butt sometimes because of the way the Learn Guide repo is structured. So just use this button, download project bundle, and it'll save you lots of time. Next page talks about wiring up the Feather. There's a lot of connectors and things wired to it. As you can see, it gets pretty hairy. Look at this photo. I really like this photo of like testing the circuit with everything assembled. What I like about this is that you can do that. You can wire everything together, test it out, And because you're using connectors, you can just disconnect them. Great. A lot of the props in our previous history, we would have to wire them into the 3D printed parts. So disassembly is just not possible, but we worked really hard to make it as modular as possible and as repairable as possible, because we've made so many props and we've broken so many of them that it's just second nature to us to really engineer it so that it is modular, repairable, yada yada. But yeah, that's a look at the hairiness. And here's however, we don't have a connector for the for the 9 mechanical key switches. We might in the future, but we figure we just wire it straight to the feather, and it's still accessible and things like that because of the way the keypad, or rather the key plate, is designed to be removable. All right, and then PCB Mount Assembly. Man, this is getting it's a chunky guide, but we walk through installing the fasteners in the right order, in the right way. You need to do that correctly in order for it to fit nice. The handle assembly is next here. Come on, internet, come on. It's trying. There we go. Here's the handle assembly, how to get that slider in there and mounted with some 2 screws. You got your panel mounted button. You got to have the cables coming out through the top. The handle has a built-in holder for this 2200 LiPo battery, so it's pretty specific to that LiPo battery, but we think it's a great LiPo battery because it's hardy and rechargeable, and it's got good capacity. 2200 milliamps, pretty good. You probably get a couple hours if you just leave it on. And then the total conversion assembly is next after this. This is the ray gun. It does have a couple screws. You could glue them together, but I really like using screws. You don't have to, you can glue them if you want. But yeah, I got screws to assemble this halves. There's no support material required for any of these parts. I kind of forgot to mention that, but that's a thing that I wanted it to be. Gluing the magnets in can be a bit tricky if you don't have your polarity figured out, so you might have a method or a trick of doing it. Some people like to mark them with a pen or a Sharpie. I like to, I don't really have a good tip. My tip is to wear gloves, latex gloves. What is it, Nectrolite gloves? When you're gluing, that way your poor fingertips don't get glue on them. I always have that, but this is the first project where I was like, okay, I'm gonna wear these gloves so I don't get super glue on my fingers. If you've done this, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, be very cautious when you're handling these magnets and gluing them. Yeah, so that just walks you through assembling that with screws and glues. The glues is just for the magnets, by the way. It's always hard to get a snap fit with a magnet, and I kind of need them to be exposed. So that's why I didn't embed them. A lot of people like to embed them and print over them. I didn't really want to do that. I just wanted to make it easy and glue it in. All right, and then some of the last pages just shows you the final tweaks of just connecting everything together. I made a good assortment of connectors so that they're not confusing. They actually are very much, you're not going to plug one into the wrong one because it's just the way that I have it set up. So that's a good thing there. So it's not too confusing. The USB cable, we had to rework it so that you can fit it, but ideally you want to use a right-angled micro B cable. If you don't, you can still just make sure that you bend your wire a little bit, but you can see there that it's pretty close proximity there. And then the talking computer assembly. This page kind of shows you, again, getting the magnets into the 2 halves. And then the handle, getting that together. And popping the speaker in. The speaker has a little peel protective thing, and it has some self-adhesive, which is really great for this one. You just kind of pop it in, and it gets sticky there. The LED gets press fitted in. It gets held in place once you secure the key plate to the half, and then that's kind of it, really. You pop in those keycaps, and you're ready to go. Your PROM gets installed there. Yeah, final build. There you go. USB connect. You got a little bit more room in there, but you can still see that it's pretty tight quarters. But hey, I got the chunkiest USB cable, and I made sure that it fit. And I actually did have to do like a version 3, and this is all good. So shout out to Phil B for like going, hey, I can't get this USB cable in here. And I'm like, oh, I haven't even tried. Because I was focused on this one. And then at the end, we have a usage page. Shout out to Amberella for suggesting, hey, you should have a page that tells you how to use it. And it was a good opportunity to put some disclaimers. Does not actually change shape. Does not actually make sparkles or lasers. And then there's a little bit useful one. If you can change the mode, if you want the buttons to play, you can put a true or false, and then you can kind of select the sounds, and then the trigger will select that sound and play it back, which is kind of a cool little function there. So definitely check out the code if you want something a little bit more like that. But that, folks, ladies and gentlemen, that is the talking computer from Star Trek.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice little springboard for creating any, pretty much all props will have a light and trigger for sound effects, so
Yes.
really good little springboard for that.
Twist my witter shins until
And so fun for cosplaying.
we were on a mission.
Thank you, Katney, again, for such
The
a
perfect
lovely
monotone voice.
Yes. Yeah, we actually had to do it twice because we were like, no, it needs to be more like this.
All right, awesome.
Any questions, folks? Let me go back in the Discord and see if there's any.
Just good comments
Just good
on
comments.
making it modular.
Yes, thank you,
Vince is saying
Vince.
that it takes
Yeah.
extra time, but definitely worth the practice of making all these modular.
Yes.
And the keys being the only thing that isn't modular remind me. I think John had a way to do it with the little switches. He was soldering
then
to
you'd
the
be able to pop it
switches
out, yeah.
and just attaching those. So that is something that I think could fit on the in that build.
Yeah. Magnets is great. I don't use them a lot, to be honest, but this one I just kind of had to use the magnets. There's just some shapes for props that you just kind of have to use magnets. And again, these are very nicely sized, and they're really, really strong. And they give it a nice snap, a really good secure fit to
When
them.
I am off, I have no sense of passing time.
Katney's forever embedded in this prop. She can't escape it. Yeah, it's such a weird shape. It looks a lot like a watermelon, doesn't it? Yeah. But yeah, very, very cool. I really like this handle. The handle's my favorite part. I might do a little tutorial on how I created it in Fusion 360. It's got a couple.
Yeah, there were some tricks for doing the pattern.
Yeah, it's kind of it kind of hogs down Fusion, so yeah. But yeah, these little dots here kind of give it a little bit of a markers on what you're doing. Even though this isn't actually changing anything, it's still cool to have this detail there.
I like how fast the response time is on sliding.
Yeah. I still like this little cutaway that I did here on the handle, on the pommel.
Get your hands in there.
Yeah. And this is supposed to be completely rounded, but you can get away with like making it a little bit more, and it's shelled out and has all these little lips and extra beefy snap fit things. And they have the nubs down in there. But yeah, very, very interesting way to do this.
Very cool.
There you go. And I got the speaker hole down there. I figured that'd be the best spot to hide the speaker hole. Nothing really here, just the way it looks like in the cartoon. I remember showing Gavin to it. He had so much fun with this. He can't wait. He keeps asking, like, "Are you done with this project?" "Yeah, Uncle. I really want to play with it.
It's been months.
Yeah. I mean, it's been an off and on project, to be honest. We just had to ease into it. Yeah. I'd print it again, and this extra lovely filament, the silk PLA filament. But okay, that is. Any other questions and things throughout the show? Don't be. What would you call it? Don't be embarrassed, or don't be afraid to ask questions about it. Because
Alright, cool.
we're excited about it. So yeah.
Let's go
Such a
ahead,
strange shape.
switch gears, and jump
Switching
into
gears. Take off
from
your shirt.
Halloween straight into Christmas.
All the holidays.
Was this last week's project?
This was last week's project.
This
We
is-
missed the show last week. We're back this week. Well, we didn't. We hosted.
We hosted Show
Yeah.
and Tell, so there was stuff that happened.
So tell us about it. What is
Yeah,
it?
so last week's project is jumping straight into jumping out of Halloween into Christmas. This is the Green Goblin pumpkin prop inspired ornament. So Lamar had this idea for the new movie Spider-Man coming out. They are teasing the Green Goblin coming in from the multiverse to battle. I guess they're going to do Sinister Six or something, and the prop is shown right at the end of the trailer, rolling around as they show Doc Ock as well. And Lamar thought it'd be a really good theme to have for the holidays, so she said, "Yeah, go ahead and try making this with a Circuit Playground Blue Fruit. And inside, you can see that we're using our
look at that.
Little plastic ornament that fits perfectly with any of the Circuit Playgrounds. We do have one that is larger that'll fit like a micro bit.
Oh yes,
so we have this one that'll fit the Circuit Playground, and we have all 3 printed parts. So we have a snap fit little little snap fit together holder for the ring that snaps around on the back here, so you have 2 different lights going on each side of it.
Double-sided NeoPixels, that's what's up.
Yeah, so we have the little snap thing, these little tabs that hold onto the board itself, and then it's just the walls that are holding onto the ring there.
This is so great because look, you've made it now modular where you can now just, make your own version of a bit of a skin and then just pop this into your prop ornament project, and there you go. You have double-sided NeoPixels. This is really cool because in CircuitPython, using the LED animation library, you can make 2 separate NeoPixel objects and give them independent animations. So that makes it much more robust, where you can have all sorts of 2 NeoPixel objects going at the same time, doing their own thing. But in this case, we just kind of have them doing similar animations, but it's really nice to have that extra layer of being double-sided. Yeah, so if you just want this project, this piece right here, prints, it's got those snaps like Pedro said, so it's still fully modular, and you have all these slits and stuff so the wiring can pass through it, and you can stuff this in whatever project. You just hang it like that if you want the bare electronics. Put it on your earring, make double ones or whatever. Put it on your face, put it on your head, wear it, put it somewhere.
Pumpkin.
Gift it to someone. Yeah, pumpkin.
Yeah, so we made 2 different versions of these. If you don't want to get the little cylindrical or the spherical ornament, you can just reprint the shell itself and have that out itself. And all these just snap fit together like that. Little walls have these little channels that allow it to grip onto each other.
I have like an ear itch, and I have to get into my real ear.
And then we have this nice little way to align it. And if you want to use screws, I have that little M2.5
cool.
mil
So this
there.
is probably a little bit thicker to accommodate for.
No, the difference is
and...
the difference is just the
okay,
length
the
of the lip there.
Cool.
Or the edge.
A really cool technique too that Pedro did is he got some of this diffuser material. What is this, parchment paper?
You can use parchment paper. I'm using here it's just like the plastic covering that we use for.
Yeah. So you just cut kind of 2 pieces there, and then just stuffed it in there, and it gives a nice diffusion effect there. So it's not as harsh. Mm-hmm. Without it. It looks a little bit.
Yeah, because if you look at the trailer, you can see that there's some sort of electronics on the inside, but it's being obscured by some sort of like frosted
so this is a cool tip
diffuser.
There. And this comes off too, right?
Yeah, it just pops right off.
Here you do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, so pops off like that. We have a nice little channel in here for the tabs to align and pop into, but super simple. You do need a ton of supports for this, unfortunately. We were just talking about.
Right.
It's always great, and that's what we talk about, or we make a big deal about not needing supports. For this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, you kind of need it for this shape.
Because of the geometry of the lip, or the edges here, you have all the supports going on the inside around here, and to hold up some of these, just the shape is really what requires all the supports because of the way that it overhangs.
Okay.
But it just prints like that, flat on the bed.
Yeah.
And yeah, nice little simple way to. You might have gotten these with last year's AdaBox, so AdaBox. So if you have any of the ornaments around, or we do have them in stock, you can pick one of these up. And of course, the Fusion 360 file has all of the shapes for this. So if you want to change around like the paths that make all of the patterns for this, you can make your own. I don't know, put your name on it or something like that. It'd be super cool.
Yeah, and this is blue fruit, Bluetooth. You can change up the animations if you want to do that route.
Yeah, we're not utilizing
some demo code out there too. Yeah, we're not really doing that. We're just using the LED animation library and some of the stock animations. But hey, they look really, really good here. We didn't want to have too much control because it's just nice to let it autoplay itself.
But the options are there to update the animations through your mobile device.
Don't forget, you have a buzzer on there. You have an accelerometer. You have a temperature sensor, a light sensor. You got all these goodies here. So if you got something that you want more sensory input, more interactivity, go ahead and play around and learn something something new with the Circuit Playground. It's really meant for education, and that's why we love this board. We have so many projects with the Circuit Playground Express and the Blue Fruit, so check them out. This is just one of many.
Let's go ahead and jump into the
projects.
super quick learn guide for this.
Sure. You pull that up. Will the Circuit Playground Express work in this? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's actually what we first started out with, and why didn't we use it? Oh, there was a memory. We didn't have enough memory, so it has to be an Express.
Right. You're right.
Not the original. There will not be enough memory for CircuitPython to go on there.
Yeah.
For the libraries that we need.
Right.
So that's the only caveat for that one.
Right, you will need the Express version. But yeah, they did say, will the Express work in this? Yes.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, we have reached that point where starting to deprecate the non-Express versions because we do need the memory for being able to put all the libraries in there.
Vulcan ears to itch. They do get itchy. All right, well, great comments, folks. Let's head on over to the learn guide. So here is the Green Goblin Pumpkin CPB Ornament. Homepage is going to walk you through all the parts. Mainly, you just need the ring, the battery. So real quick, the battery's a 500 milliamp battery.
The 420 will fit as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. That one will fit as well. Anything that'll fit is fair game. So we're just recommending the 500 because it's got more milliamps. But
real quick,
these are all in stock.
Hoo-Ha 007 is asking about the ring size. These are the 16.
16 ring size. It just seems to fit better than the 24 is too big and the 12 was too small. So we thought the 16 will work really well. That's a total of 26. So you have 16 plus 10. The Blue Fruit has 10 of them. So yes. And then even the Ornament is in stock. Look at that. Literally everything in stock this week, guys. Holy moly.
And just a quick reminder of picking up one of the little micro LiPo chargers.
Yeah, there's no LiPo charger built in the Circuit Playground. That's by design, so folks don't accidentally blow up alkaline batteries. But hey, we have this really nice micro LiPo charger that uses micro USB, but we also have a USB-C version. What did you want me to do?
Oh, just scroll up, just showing how it charges right outside of the Ornament. When you open it up, it's like the last thing there.
There it is. Yeah.
It's a little simple way to charge that guy.
Yeah, so you can charge it that way. Yes. Good. And the parts are all there. Should fit on any 3D printer.
Yeah, it's nice and small. So
it'd be cool to see this in resin. A resin printer might be pretty good for this as well.
Yeah, especially with the way that it illuminates the material here. This is just PLA. We did try PETG. That looked pretty good too.
Yeah, that's so cool. All right.
Moving on to what is it? Circuit diagram. Super simple. You are going to have to solder this up.
Just for the space and stuff, you could do, depending on what project you do, maybe you could get away with nuts and screws.
I was going to, but you can't do that on the ring side.
That's true, because the ring only has these pins, so you're going to have to solder it that way.
Unfortunately, but a good way to get your skills on soldering, because these are pretty tiny. We are using the, 30 gauge
wire was what we recommend, because, it needs to be kind of thin. But hey, it works good. And there's not too much current passing through them, so the thinness of the wire is just fine.
And just a little explanation there, what gets connected to what.
But pretty
We're using A1 for the in on the ring.
Yeah. And V out. Okay. All right, then installing CircuitPython on your Circuit Playground Blue Fruit. You want to use the latest version of CircuitPython as it has some nice performance upgrades for the NR52840. You can use the reset button, double tap it to get into the bootloader mode, and then just drag and drop this UF2 file that you downloaded from this link here in the green button. Pretty straightforward though. When it comes for the code, it's really the code's really tailored to the 16 NeoPixel ring, but you have the options. Here are the 2 NeoPixel objects. We name them strip pixels, which is the strip of NeoPixels, and then the CP pixels. We're using the Circuit Playground library so that we can easily talk to the pixels, but just saying cp.pixels and give it a brightness, so you can still make it brighter. Right now they're half the brightness, but you kind of want to be a little bit under because then you'll have more battery life. And if you want this on your tree for the whole night, some pictures and whatnot, you want to keep that brightness kind of low. But using the animation group, you can group up your animations and have them all iterate through them. You can change the interval and all the different tail length, the speed, the color, all of that's changeable. So take a look at the LED animation learn guide for more details, more effects. So right now we're only using blink, comet, pulse, and sparkle, but there's also rainbow chase, rainbow sparkle, and all sorts of other ones. But these are the ones that we thought would work well for this particular pumpkin prop.
While we're on the code, I reread the question that Huha had. I think what he's asking is, does the 50/50... Oh, wait, no. Okay. I was thinking the RGBWs. Would that work with this too? But that's not what
That's
he's
what we're
asking.
using, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
50/50
the
is
24
what
you could use it. Just the 3D print isn't designed for it, so it won't fit,
You
but it
can
will work
modify-
with the code. You just want to update that pixel count from 16. You just want to change it to 24.
And then the
that's
design, you just update the radius of the sketch that's creating the walls to snap fit the part in
For
there.
sure,
You
yeah,
just
you could do
update that to the
Yeah.
24's radius.
For
I thought
sure.
he was asking if it was the WRGB, if those would work as
Nope.
well.
Yep, this was a question on Discord, but yeah, that should work. Yep, that would also work. Just about any of the NeoPixels would work. I mean, I just want to update.
If the question is if you can use like a cutie pie with two 24s on each side, yeah, I think that would work.
Oh, yeah, that would work, yes. Yep. It's Power Circuit Python. It'll just kind of work. You'll want to use remember, we're using the Circuit Playground library, so you just want to change that out.
Yeah.
And that's it. So right
That's why
here,
Lamar
it's the
wanted
CP
it to
pixels. You would just call it like
simplify.
strip 2 or strip B, but there's lots of example code out there that you can play around with. This is just one of many. All right, but that's the code in a nutshell. Also, download Project Bundle. You do want to use this one because there are a lot of library dependencies, especially for the Circuit Playground, because all the sensors and stuff. But hey, get that, and then you'll get all the libraries and everything ready to go, ready to just drag and drop onto the USB drive.
I was saying, yep, that's what he had in mind. It's trying to use what he has on hand.
Yeah,
that'll
that's great.
definitely work.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Just
yes.
update the holder then to the radius of the 224s, and then knock out where the CPB is held in.
That's right. So you can download the design here. We have it available on Fusion's website. You can download it as a step file or whatever else. We also have the STLs, and we have the NeoPixel ring here as well.
Yep, that's the little holder.
The little
for-
holder bit, the mount.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. A little bit of notes about support, I think. Yeah, right here. This is Pedro's recommended support settings. We're using Cura. Cura
to
slicing
generate
software
generate the
Mhm.
supports for it.
Yeah, and are you using the plugin?
Yes.
Yeah,
This
so you
is
want to get
the-
that custom supports plugin, which you can get through Cura's kind of plugin add-on thing. So
They call it the marketplace.
the marketplace, the app store for Cura. But yeah, those are some support.
Yeah, one of the key things to look at here is the overhang angle. Have that at 80% or 80 degrees. Sorry.
Okay.
And that'll
Ah,
generate.
right. That way you don't get too many supports.
Yeah.
You want to specify, hey, I only want for geometry that has that angle. Very, very smart. Good.
So all the stuff is right there.
Yeah, you
Check
want
that
a
out.
brim, you want it nice and large, and you want it on the inside and the outside. Well done.
That'll ensure everything is held nice in place.
Cool.
Over onto the assembly. Start off by desoldering these two guys together.
Yep, you like doing it from the bottom, huh? The PCBs from the bottom there. You want to make sure those are soldered from the bottom. And then...
You have a little slit there so you can pass the wires through.
That's really clever there. Otherwise, you would have to solder it
Mhm.
through the print. But nope, it works pretty well. Battery gets installed next.
Yep.
Okay.
Right on top there. The standoffs there are big enough, just enough for the 500 or the 420 milliamp hour battery, the thickness for that, so you won't be squishing the battery.
Right, that's good to have the mount have a bit of a standoffs that elevate the boards, keeps them from squishing the battery, which would be bad.
Yeah, to press fit the circuit playground into place, you'll do it on one side first and then the other.
It just
and
clicks
it
in.
holds on to that pretty tight.
Cool.
And then we're actually using the wire from the battery to help some tolerance to fit it into
Oh.
place into the
Well done.
sphere there.
All right.
That pushes right in.
You want to add your diffusers? If you
Oh
want.
yeah, add the diffusers first, then press fit that mount in.
On both sides, yeah.
Yeah. And then align up the tabs into the little section that holds the tab on the part.
That's
And
good.
just align those guys together, and that's pretty much it. add a hook onto that, add to your
Yeah.
Christmas tree, or just use it as part of your
It's looking like Iron
cosplay.
Man's chest or something. What do you think, folks? Iron Man?
I mean, it's Marvel, so I mean, wasn't it the same designers, or all of them were in the same room? So at one point, they were able to copy their
These are actually
designs.
designed by Tony Stark. Turns out the pumpkin prop tech.
Oh yeah, that's what some of the rumors are, huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, nice little way. I wanted to add like the other LEDs on here that have like the
that's a
individual
little
ones.
intense. I really like the modularity of just like
Yeah,
pop it
yeah.
out. It works.
Exactly.
We use it in another project.
So definitely a nice prop to have when you dress up as Spider-Man or Green Goblin.
Can I juggle? One's definitely heavier than the other.
Yeah. Oh, glad you dropped
there
that
we
one.
go. Yeah, I dropped it, but it didn't break. It's good.
Yeah, it has a
So
nice
hard to come in
thickness.
like this.
A lot of the time was spent on making sure that the thickness of it wasn't so flimsy. So it's about a 3mm thick, and the walls all around. And what other tips I got for this one? Not any good ones that I can remember. But yeah, there you
We're
go.
in the multi-roach for sure. Like, I got a pumpkin prop and the Star Trek shirt. Like, what is this? Can you wear it? Is it your heart now?
Oh, it could be, yeah. Hey, there you go. Nice little way to,
Killer.
or just the mount part itself could be the Iron Man's heart.
Yeah. So, adorn your festive decorations with NeoPixels. Highly recommend it.
Oh no, I didn't post any links. Here's links to the code,
Oh, yeah,
the
sorry.
files.
Pedro's turn here. All right, we're just catching up on some comments here.
All right, question from Is This Discord? Would it be possible to make a power supply that plugs these into the Christmas light stand?
Ooh.
Probably need some sort of converter or something to step down the voltage.
Yeah,
of
you don't
them.
want to give the circuit playground any more than, I believe, like 5 volts. So you want to be careful there. Your tree might need more. Cool. All right. Oops. So here we go. All right, that is this week's projects. This week and last week's project. We hope you guys dig them. We hope they're inspired to use what you have.
Yeah. Did we do a quick little, what are we prototyping?
Sure. We have still a couple minutes, so real quick, Pedro.
There we got.
Just
Pie case.
Really?
Pie case. I think this one still fits with the 2W.
Pi 0W2 is out. We got a case. Should fit, right? You had to make some edits.
Yeah. So I edited. I think this was Kirby.
Yeah, this is Kirby's design. So
Kirby.
Kirby stuff with Kirby.
So all I did was just edit the
Snap fit.
the snap fits and punched out the area for the SD cards and the ribbon for
Ooh.
the card. I have Octoprint set up on this, so I'll be testing that out. I think everybody said that it works, so it should be nice
You
to
are
test
on
out.
theme, man. You got green and red already.
Oh,
Very nice.
Next
Okay.
thing I think for you is it's the this little guy here.
I'll skip it. I think
I'll just show it. It looks
okay.
so cool.
Yeah, this is a light bar. It's got a NeoPixel strip and a cutie pie. It also has a PDM microphone, so we can do some audio reactiveness. So yeah, this will be a fun collab project with Liz. And we got a nice 3D printed diffuser and black LED acrylic. My favorite diffuser for NeoPixels. It's such a lovely material. I recommend it, and we sell it too. I think it's in stock. But yeah, that is a light bar forthcoming. Pedro
Got a little
has
theme
more
of-
NeoPixels.
Little theme of should we change to this camera?
Yeah.
Just
It's
light up
big.
stuff. Lamar saw this really cool lamp that she liked and was like, "Hey, this just look like a bunch of NeoPixel rings."
It's a bunch of NeoPixels.
Yeah, so
Sorry, that's
we got a 60, 224s, and was it the 16 or the 12 up here?
12.
It's just a nice little
24,
lamp, desktop
60.
lamp. Kind of looks like a tree, kind of, or it was
little bit.
before.
Right.
And yeah, nice little simple lamp for your desk. Everybody likes doing like those nano leaves. And I think this is a cool little way to do it. Have it on your desk. Nice little circular lamp light to light up for the holidays.
Yeah, you got some 3D printed diffusers. It's all one piece, the holder bit.
Yeah,
And if
yeah.
you rotate around, you can see
All
it's got
snap
a lot
fit
of
stuff. Thing I'm super proud about is how modular it is. So all of the
Yeah.
rings connect with the Mullix connectors. That's a little way to have all those hook up.
Yeah, we
and,
like these.
press fit. So we have a
A Pico.
Pico inside there.
Hello,
and,
Pico.
Do the
That how much is it? $5?
Yeah, $4 or something.
$10? How much is the Pico? I don't remember. Sorry, folks. But it's under $10, right? It's a great little
so
board
it
for
just
something like
fits.
this. We're just having it USB powered because of I don't know. Why would you have a battery for that many pixels? They're very power hungry.
I do have this hooked up, so you have a JST connector on the back. So if you did want to have this portable, you got that
I don't
option.
know why you would, but yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be a desktop lamp. But
And that's what we're
also running CircuitPython and the LED animation library. So
I love the
nice.
I love the way that it does the chase one is really cool.
Oh yeah, the chase one's magical.
Yeah,
sparkles
because
too.
it's like going with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And we even managed to get a little hidden Mickey in here.
Yeah, a bit of a where he has one big ear and one small
Right.
ear. That's funny. But yeah,
That's a nice
very
little
cool.
one.
Nice little signage with NeoPixels. So that's next week's project. More lights. Cool. All right, and that's what we're prototyping.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into this week's community makes.
Okie doke. We'll show off last week's. This is a 3D printed Kirby who doubles as a holder for the Google Home Mini speaker. And you guys kind of fit it in there. Pedro, you painted it with acrylic paints. And it looks super cute.
Yeah, I was getting some questions on the paint that I used because they were surprised on how good it spread. It's just the 99-cent stuff from Walmart.
That's the secret, folks. 99 cents from Walmart. So let's take a look here. That looks really great. Very vivid, but still matte. You know, there's no shine or gloss to it, which is what we wanted.
And then here's a little Google Home
this kept
Mini.
falling out, so I put some blue tack because it kept falling out.
Yeah, so it does not fall out when you have the wire hooked
Ah.
up. That like completely holds it in place. Like you can't even move it after you connect the power up to it.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough.
yeah, I saw this a couple months ago actually, and finally I ran out of time lapses. I was like, oh no, I need to get this Kirby one out. And with Christmas and everything, I saw some ads. I think they're just giving away the Google Minis, so nice little Christmas present that won't cost just the filament if you want to get one out to your Nintendo lover in your life.
Yeah.
Nice little way to have a super sweet little speaker, Bluetooth speaker.
We found this one on Thingiverse by Thingiverse user Sarampo. So Sarampo posted this app, prints without any supports, or with supports.
No support.
No
I didn't.
supports,
Yeah, I didn't
folks.
add any supports.
That's great.
You will get a bunch of overhang you'll have to clean up, but
And it's a remix from this. I was going to mention this. This is if you want a little bit more of a DIY useful tool, you can turn Kirby into a fume extractor.
so on
Par,
character.
yeah, character sucking up all those fumes for us. Thank you, Kirby.
I'll turn into the project you're trying to make.
Yeah, that's fun. And that was a remix, so very, very cool. So that's last week's Timelapse Tuesday. Kirby as a holder for a speaker from Google.
Can't see here, but the other thing I liked about is you have a switch that'll turn off the microphone. It's
really?
Right here, yeah.
Well, that's fair.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You can like have Google not listen. I'm sure they'll still be taking stats, which is why I have not hooked it up. I turned it on just for the time lapse.
Got it. Okay, cool. All right, next up, we got the Scout Synth from Oskitone.
This is so freaking cool.
Yeah, this is gonna have some audio. Jam out.
Yeah, so we did have a little bit of a problem getting the it was the change layer option with the new Cura, so you can swap out the color. What ended up working was pause at height, and that allowed us to swap out the filament so we can have the, what are these guys called again? Well, they're gray here.
They're supposed to be black. I thought it'd be cool to convert them.
Yeah, nice. This is all like analog, right?
Yes. Well, no. It's ugly. It's an Atmel.
Oh, that's what I meant. Like it's all like it's all chips.
Yes.
It's making the sound.
All right. So I hope you enjoyed that little ditty there. But yes, this is the Scout Synth from Oskitone. You get 17 keys. That's kind of what it sounds like. You get a speaker knob here. A nice RGB LED. A 3D printed case. You got a really cool on-off switch here that has this really nice kind of grip to it. You have a UART port if you want to do some UART stuff. You have line out, which I'm a huge fan. I was able to record the little ditty through line out. And for my build, I did not use any screws. Everything just kind of snap fit really nice and has tight tolerances.
Nice.
You got 3 AAA batteries here. There's a little holder here for a pin so you can kickstand it up. Really, really cool feature. I added some rubber feet here. But yeah, it's a very, it's just one PCB. And it comes with all the, I got the kit, so it came with all the little chips and resistors and capacitors and stuff. And yeah, all the keys are really cool. It's got a cool kind of counter lever mechanism here for all the keys. It's kind of chunky, like the sound, like you get to hear the chunkiness when you're pressing the buttons, but it's kind of neat. Kind of makes it have that retro feel to it. Little Rugrats tune.
I was gonna ask, does anybody know what tune that is?
Oh, I already spoiled it. Sorry. Very, very fun. I definitely recommend building it if you are into little fun, little tune gadgets, little boops and flops. Really, really fun. With the audio out, you can actually use it in a real type of setting. But yeah, I had a lot of fun building it, and the documentation from Tommy Oskitone. Really well done. It really is laid out good so that you can put it all together without any issues. Cool. And it's on Thingiverse right now. There's a GitHub guide with all the documentation. But yeah, this is where you can get the files, and it's on GitHub here on Oskitone's GitHub repo. Really, really well put together kit, and I highly recommend it. So check it out. That's Oskitone. Makes a great gift, or just a good little kit for the kids or for someone special in your life. So check it out. That is the Scout Synth by Oskitone.
So much fun. I really like the way that it kind of sounds like pitch bending when you do it.
It's pitch bending a little bit. It's got a little bit of a glide.
It's so much fun.
It's funny. Yeah, even if you don't know how to play, like it's still just fun to just kind of
Just jam out.
Anyway, I'm taking recommendations. What do you guys want me to play? Just kidding.
Got a couple more community makes here.
Yes, we do. Let's run through them. We have 3 minutes left.
I already posted a link on it. So Pi Zero Case Remix. This one's pretty dang cool.
Yeah, let me get
Added
to
a bunch
those.
of other stuff on it.
Okay, come on, Spock. Oh, you killed the link?
Yeah, I was throwing a 404.
That's
I
not
was
the
like,
link?
I don't know. No, that is it. That's why it's
Why
not
wasn't
linked
it
anymore.
working?
I have no idea. Thingiverse.
Oh, it was the Google Doc. Must have linked it incorrectly. All right.
Oh, it
well,
adds. Yeah, it appends a bunch
So
of crap.
from JK Nap posted their remix really of the Pi Zero case. That has, what does it have? I'm sorry, I don't know.
So much stuff.
It's got a lot of stuff on it, so that's cool to see a remix of it. Let's read the summary real quick. Enlarged Pi Zero W case to accommodate a WaveShare Ethernet USB hub hat on top. A lot of adjustments to the original model, as the port alignment was not good and the case is too small. But hey, it's all fixed in the remix. So if you are looking to make something similar with this Wave Shield, check it out. GK Nap has a nice remix.
I think this is the same one that we just showed off. It's just updated,
Maybe.
having it work with the Pi hat on top.
Right. So that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, we got another one
cool.
here. This is a Highland Shield remix from The Legend of Zelda. This was remixed by Verbatimity. Probably just wanted to make it flat, so they flattened it out so that they could print it out. So that's really nice. It's a super quick, no frills, down and dirty remix of Adafruit's model at the request of a follower that wanted an easier wall-mountable design. Well, there you go. That's really cool. All right, we got one more here, and this was posted by, I struggled with the name. This was cool. I really like this one. This was a little bit of a Halloween helmet. This is the SpaceX helmet visor. So posted it by Ryan, JD93, posted this up, says, Visor turned out great. Thanks for this, because I did not want to mess around with the vacuum formed visor. Neither did we. That's why you did this.
We tried, went back and forth. Do we buy one? Do we like make one? And the other day I was like, man,
I'm getting some Squid Game vibes from this visor.
Right?
That's funny.
Where's the photo of with his lights on and everything? Or is that a different one I'm thinking of? Was it this one?
This
there
one.
It is.
There it is.
Looks so freaking cool.
Yeah. Did you do the lights there like that? I don't think.
Not these two on the sides.
Right. You did like
all
a,
the way around.
a strip or something. That was quite a couple of years ago. But very, very cool. Great job, Ryan and JD. A couple of years ago. It was 2019.
You still have that space
It feels like
suit?
forever ago. We do. I have it in my closet.
Oh.
You should wear it, huh? You should wear it to the thing you're going to if it's cold. Well, shout out to Ryan for posting that up. Glad it worked out. We have another one here. I'm happy about this one. This is the 2 weeks ago we did a TVA time stick from
Loki.
from the Disney Plus series Loki, and the user printed it out already.
Sweet.
Scott posted this up. Shout out to Scott for printing this up. Using a flashlight right now. Waiting on the electronics. It's great that the you can fit a flashlight in there. So even if you don't have the electronics or you're waiting for them to be in stock, you can still build this and throw a tea light in there and you get this nice effect. But I'm glad all the things snap fit together. It's really, really nice assembly. It's totally modular. Had a great time putting this one together, and I'm really satisfied to see Scott printed it out, posted it up. And it says, amazing design, using a flashlight for the glow until the electronics arrive. Nice. That is so great to see. So if you guys want, if you fellows want several, a prop that lights up, check it out. It makes sounds when you swing it around. Okay, and then we have one more. We have one more. This one is so very, very cool. So this is the... you want to say it? What is it again?
This is Amanda. She printed out the Breath of the Wild Guardian sword.
That's the name I was looking for. And her name is Amanda, apparently, yes.
Yes, so she did this to show off her students at the robotics team. They're a freaking awesome print.
Yeah.
Nice that she dressed up as Link or Zelda.
Zelda, yes, not Link. Oh, and you just pissed everyone
off.
Freaking
cool. I love how it turned out. I love how she's all in costume and showing this off to the kids.
Yeah, fantastic robotics, team, club. Oh, it's so cool.
I just noticed she has the back, the pack on the back. What?
Yes.
How freaking awesome.
Yes.
And talking to the kids on NeoPixel strips.
Right. What is an X controller? What are adjustable LEDs? You can make this 3D printing. Like, it's so inspirational to see other folks inspiring other kids.
Wow.
So that's great.
Oh, amazing.
So you can. I also have another.
Definitely a good way to get the kids interested in electronics.
This sword was made using
Show them that you can make a prop from their favorite video game.
So today for the robotics club, I brought a little
and also the robotics team.
It's always hard to tell how many more engineers and artists were created just by showing them the thing that they like in the video game. So cool.
So
you can check out our post too. We'll link it because I think there was some audio there. Might have talked over it.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool.
This
is the Robotics Club, WIBCA Montreal.
Thanks so much for sharing. It's so awesome.
So cool. And that is all this week's community makes. Thank you everybody for posting their lovely makes. And we hope to see some more tonight, hopefully. Some more folks making stuff.
On the Adafruit Show and Tell.
That's right.
Starts tonight at 7:30 p.m.
Hosted by
Eastern Time.
Perhaps JP or Lamar and Phil. I forget who. I think maybe JP's doing the next week, not this week. Yeah, just got an email from PT saying, no, that's not me. No, just someone else. But anyway, tonight's full pack of shows. We hope to see you there on the Show and Tell at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can get the invite code by hanging out in the Discord chat room about 10 minutes before the show. And then at 8 p.m. is a full hour of Lamar and Phil doing Ask an Engineer, where they'll be featuring new products, Python on hardware, open source news.
So much cool stuff coming up.
All those new products
pink
and things.
Boards coming out.
PCBs.
Holidays are coming up. We're all hyped. This is so cool. Everything's getting back to normal.
Yeah, it's great to see Lamar and Phil going out and doing fun stuff in the city.
We got the Christmas party coming up on Friday.
Yes. Very fun.
So hyped. So cool.
But don't go anywhere. We still got more shows later on the week. Tomorrow, JP's workshop every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Do some fun builds. And then on Fridays, we have a deep dive with Scott. Get to see some development live. See what he's working on. It might have to be a Pi, bare metal,
Pi Leap stuff coming up. Just saw an update come out.
As well.
I don't know if we're talking about the same thing.
Maybe not.
More iOS app development stuff coming up. So cool.
Yeah. Lamar's been doing really great streams on Sundays, a little bit earlier, like around 6 p.m. That time around, so that's really cool.
Hey, the times changed, so.
They did, yeah. It's great to see them earlier. And then on Mondays, we have the CircuitPython meeting where you can tune in live or watch the playback on the archive every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And then JP's product pick of the week is every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So check it out. You had a nice rounded corners display yesterday.
Oh, it looks so cool.
And, he's having fun giving out such ridiculous discounts, like 50% off these discounts.
But only when you watch live,
Only
so
when you
make
watch
sure you
live.
watch live.
Yes.
Tuesdays, 4 p.m.
He does great demos and things as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, it's been an honor to be here every week and chat with everybody and listen in.
Share with the
what
community,
everybody's
see what
working
you
on.
guys are working on. So yeah, definitely stop by later tonight.
Yeah,
We'll
we
be
hope to see you there. Hope you're inspired. Good luck on all your maker endeavors.
And with that,
Remember to
make a great day.
live long and prosper.
See you later tonight.
Bye, folks.